Hello, Johan. Great to
Hello.
see your face.
Thank you very much. The same to me. Pleasure to see you.
Absolutely. And before we start, I have to say this. Thank you guys for the show in Chicago last year,
Oh yeah, cool.
and then for the show in Hell's Heroes the next day.
Yeah, for sure. Houston, right?
Correct. Even though
Yeah.
the weather was kind of not good, let's say, but we did an amazing job. It was two amazing shows. I had to.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it myself. It was a cool trip that we did to the US for sure.
Absolutely, and hopefully we will get soon another taste of Candlemass here in the States.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I was expecting you to say yes, we are coming.
Oh, I don't know about the US for the moment, actually, but you never know. Something
Okay,
maybe shows up.
fair enough, fair enough. So, Black Star EP. Um, so, what is the motivation to release this? Is this indeed to celebrate the 4 decades of Candlemass?
I guess the main reason is to celebrate the 40 years, for sure. And we have to come up with something this year, and except for the usual shows that we do, but there is actually a documentary coming up as well.
Really?
There
Okay.
are actually people working on it, and I don't know everything about it, but I know that they're working on it right now, and it should be from the very beginning of Candlemass till these days. So let's see how it ends.
How it ends? What do you mean? I don't like that.
No. It's not the end of Candlemass, but from back in time to
Okay.
these days.
Better, way better.
I mean, how the documentary ends and when it's ready to see.
We don't want to say these things nowadays because the internet will will devour us, man. However, before I ask that, did you have cameras following you recently, especially last year with all the
Yeah, during some of the travels, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We've got a small cam that we can record backstage, and if we're walking a town or something like that. So during a dinner or whatever, the things happening in between the shows.
Did you have to dig stuff from your archive related to that?
Yeah, actually, they've been recording a lot during the years from the beginning. So I guess the main part will be old stuff. They used to have a camera with them pretty much all the time, if I'm informed the right way.
And please,
So,
let's not say old stuff. Let's say past stuff. We are
yeah,
not old.
fast stuff.
So the EP, is it fair to say that it's not enough to have an EP to celebrate 4 decades of doom metal?
No, of course not. But Leif is the main writer of this, and these songs, for example, the Black Star is not a leftover or something like that. He wrote it especially for this, and he's been writing songs for all of his life, and I'm pretty sure that that does not end here. It goes on. I'm pretty sure about that, but. He is the guy, so I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure that there will be more in the future.
So you said this song Black Star was written for this EP, and it's not a leftover. However, there is some connection with the previous album, and
Yeah,
even the cover artwork, I can see there is some connection with that, right?
yeah, of course. I guess that when you're in a mood writing, speaking for Leif, I guess that you like some kind of, what do you say, the environment of the songs, and you take some of that environment to other songs as well, of course. So I agree with that for sure.
And do you know what input was given to the artist? It was Daniel, right, who did the previous one, Swedish.
I'm not sure about that. You know, I'm not involved in anything else but the vocals.
Oh, interesting. So
yeah, of course I can have an opinion where you always bring us the material and show us if we like it or not. So, but you know, I haven't got the connections with the stuff around the music.
But to me, it's interesting because you said you are just a singer. So when Leif brings you the lyrics, do you discuss?
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, for sure. You know, I just can't sing stuff that what the hell am I singing? you know that's of course. So we used to actually be in the studio, both me and Leif, when we're recording the vocals. So we're playing around and, you know, try out all kinds of things that is possible within the song. So what can I say? I can say that we have a really good time doing this, both Leif and me. So
what's your take on the Black Star lyrics then?
It's a song, you know, when you're down and out, you know, life is ups and downs, and sometimes you may get drawn to the more dark thoughts in your mind in one way or another, and it's a kind of Leif said that it's about the temptation of, you know, not being perfect every single day in one way or another. So, you know, it's a song about the ups and downs, and sometimes you get interested in maybe not the best of things, and you know, we all have moments when we're weak.
Where we have more of those moments rather than the other.
Yeah, for sure.
So help me understand this, because personally I haven't found a good answer to that. We have doom metal, right? And we have the lyrics that go with doom metal, and as you said, they usually describe about the dark stuff, the moody stuff. Why then we have so much great time in concert when we are singing and headbanging to this kind of songs and lyrics?
Yeah, I guess that you know, we all have to deal with it in one way or another. And if you found a kind of music that helps you dealing with your troubles and the dark parts of your life, I guess that's a relief in one way. So, you know, you can't put your dark moments aside and just, I don't want to stay here, I leave it all behind. Maybe you can do it if you've been working on it, but you know, you have to face the bad stuff and think it through, and hopefully you come out as a better person in the end if you face it. I don't know. Could be one of the reasons, because as you say, people are happy having good feelings at the shows, even though the music is very dark in one way. So,
and they sing along with you. So
yeah, that's amazing. You know, I told the other guy I was talking to that, you know, there are so many young people now at the shows, and they know all the lyrics, and that's pretty cool and so amazing. You know, 15 years old and know all the Ep.236 stuff and the other songs. That's when you're standing there in front of them, you see them all singing along with me. So that's cool.
It's not only cool, to me it's important, because if we want to keep this scene going, we expect bands like Candlemass, for example, to pass the torch, to teach the younger generation what this music is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I must say that I'm pretty sure that we are getting a lot of young people interested in this music. I think there are new generations coming, and there are a lot of young people talking to us when we're out there and tell us that they are so inspired about the music that we're doing, and I'm pretty sure that they will continue the legacy of hard music in a good way.
Yeah, they will keep coming in Candlemass shows.
Yeah. And not only Candlemass, there are a lot of bands out there, but yeah, I know there are a lot of people that do like Candlemass for sure. Yeah.
But in order to get to the new stuff, you have to go through not old stuff, to the classic stuff. So Candlemass to me is a classic. You need to start from there. You cannot start listening to doom metal without Black Sabbath, Candlemass, and all that stuff, right?
No, you're right about that.
Your basic maths.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you have to learn from the very beginning.
Correct.
Yeah,
however, I personally appreciate that Candlemass is not a band that lives on the past, and you guys keep writing music.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And but today we have to do a lot of the old music live for the young people as well, of course. So we can't leave the old stuff behind.
No. I wasn't saying that. No, please.
No. Yeah. You mean that we're creating new music, and that's the most important thing of them all, of course, that you continue writing music and give the people some new things to listen to.
You know what? I used to be that type of old timer that I was saying, well, why do they need to play an entire album that was released back in the 80s? Why do they need that? Now I realize that, as you said, we have 15-year-olds in the shows.
Yeah.
And they haven't had the chance to hear these songs.
And to them, the songs are new.
Correct.
So, no, we can't leave them behind.
Yes.
We have to do a lot of old stuff. I'm sorry.
Corridors of Chaos. So I'm wondering, this is kind of a silly question. How do you pick a song title for an instrumental?
It's not the right question for me, actually. You have to talk about it with Leif. But
well, how do you do that? Because you are a songwriter yourself.
Yeah, how do you pick a title for an instrumental? That's the question, right?
Correct.
I guess the emotions you have when you write the song in one way or another. I guess it's about that.
Yeah, and I'm asking because you do have you released, and it's about to be released on vinyl, the Castle project. So, and that's an amazing project, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm proud of it, actually. And the main reason of that is that I've done that everything myself with the friends. Mm-hmm. Everything. So that's cool.
So that was why I asked you about the instrumental. It was my sneaky way to connect this to your
okay.
your project.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. No problem.
But I want to ask a couple of more questions about this. Will this be a one-time thing, or are you planning to keep writing music?
I've been writing music throughout my whole life. So that's just the way it is. And I was actually working with a couple of songs when Candlemass called me up 7 years ago. And but it was the perfect time for me, and I went to the studio and listened to the new songs there. at the first album, and you know, I can do my own stuff later on. That was what I thought at that point. But now I realize that it's 7 years have passed, and you know, I don't grow younger, so I can do that as well. You know, we're not a hard touring band. You know, we're past 60, all of us, so there is space in between where I can work with my own music. That's the simple reason.
So that means that we may see another the Castle release.
100%.
Amazing. But
yeah.
Then you will need to play those songs live.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Well, you can open up for Candlemass. I don't know. That's an idea.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm joking.
Yeah, for sure. But they know all about it, and they wish me luck with this. And so we've got a. What do you say? We speak. We haven't got any secrets from each other.
Right.
So they knew all about it in the very beginning. And you know, Lasse has done things with another guy as well when he has got the time, and so that's just the way it is. And but Candlemass is the main thing for me.
Correct.
So that's the most important thing to me for the moment. And but I just realized that you know, I'm 62, and the years are passing by. So I just wanted to get some of my own stuff out. It's as simple as that before it's too late. So
I agree.
Yeah.
So since the EP is about the 40 years of Candlemass, so now I have a question for you, directly for you. How much you have changed as a singer, or how much you have evolved, even from the Jonah Quiz days?
I've realized that you can always find new things within yourself when it comes to music. And I've been singing stuff that I never thought I would be able to do back in time. And now I realize that, well, I can do it, and I'm not afraid to try. So I think you can stretch the limits more than you think. I think so. So you and you know, I'm the, what do you say? You know, I sing pretty rough for my throat. That's just the way I am, but I like it. And you know, sometimes I've been when I've been in a studio or something like that, you know, I've been screaming, singing for the top of my lungs for hours. But in one way or another, it used to work. And but maybe then one day, all of a sudden, it ends. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. And it's pretty much all about having fun, and don't be afraid to try things out. So yeah, and we do have a lot of fun when we do the recordings.
And honestly, hearing someone who has been this long in the music scene, as you said, you write music, you play music live, and still say that they are having fun, is the most important. Because once you stop having fun and it becomes sort of a job, then what's the point, right?
Yeah. I will end it all the day, if that day comes. But I'm pretty sure it won't come. Actually, it's been a part of me for all of my life, so I don't think it ends all of a sudden. But you never know. You can get sick, and we're not 20 years anymore, so you have to do whatever you can for as long as it's possible.
You mentioned singing and screaming while in the studio. So
Yeah.
how did you approach the two cover songs that you recorded for the Black Star EP?
Yeah, I actually wasn't sure about the Black Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. That's a pretty high-pitched song for me. But I don't know. I figured out a way to do it, and feel pretty good about the result. Actually, it was cool. You know, I changed the melody a bit. You know, because it goes up all the time continuously. So I had, you know, it's not my style to do exactly that. So I changed it a bit and put it down here and there. So, but I sorted it out, and it was a challenge, but a lot of fun.
But hold on, the point of a cover is not to play it as the original, right? Is to bring the, in this case, the Candlemass vibe on the song.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm pretty sure we did.
Correct,
Actually.
correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we don't expect you to sing like Ozzy or
No,
Bobby.
no. I'm not Aussie.
Absolutely. So, is this EP a way for Candlemass to say, "Hey, we have a new album that we are working on"?
Yeah. I can't give you the answer on that because I actually don't know.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I told you before that, you know, Leif's been writing songs for all of his life. And I don't think he'd ever stop that.
Yeah.
So hopefully he continues writing music. And I'm pretty sure he will.
And you
But I can't. I don't know if there are any songs in the drawer for the moment.
Don't worry. I will. If I talk to Leif, I will say, "Hey, you know what? Johan said this, and you didn't. Why?" So with the summer coming up, especially in Europe, the band has a bunch of summer festival dates.
Yeah.
Do you know if there will be more live dates added for this year?
Yeah, I think there is something going on in Brazil, actually. That's what I know for the moment. But, you know, all of a sudden things show up. You have a call and they want you to come over. So, but I don't know anything more than Brazil, actually, for the moment.
Okay. Well, for the US, you need to plan ahead. So I guess you would have heard if there were any plans, right? Because you have business and all that stuff. And since the band has a show in Greece with Messiah, do you know if there were any discussions doing a show with all the singers who have been on the studio with Candlemass?
No, we haven't discussed that, actually.
That would have been awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know all the singers. Actually, Messiah was the last one I met. I've met all the other guys, and I've actually we went to a party 2 nights, me and Messiah, actually. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. With the other guys also, or they were with us as well. But I wish him a good night. I can tell.
Well, I'm sure he will have a great night.
Yeah, for sure.
But it will be nice, you know, on a stage to see the entire history of Candlemass.
Yeah, you know,
but
five singers doing 2 songs each or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. That would be amazing. But we haven't been talking about it. But you never know. I can suggest it because I would love it. I love the other guys, the former singers. So.
And thank you for saying this because, again, I will blame how the internet has become. You know, people try to find, you know, someone is fighting with someone else, someone doesn't like someone else. So it's all this.
Yeah, you know, I'm an easygoing guy. You know, you're too old to make a lot of trouble. So, and that's not very wise either. You know, you should make friends instead of enemies. I think that's the best thing. And you know, people are different, and that's just the way it is. You can't love everybody, but you can be polite and respect them for whom they are.
Right. And I guess the issue is with us, the fans, because the only place we see a band is on stage. We have no idea what's happening before that, or before even the band gets on tour. So to us, to our simple minds, hey, why don't they bring this guy or that guy to sing along? So
yeah.
But it's not like that. It's not like that.
No.
Do you have any input on the set list for the festival days, since you guys celebrate the 14th anniversary?
I think, as usual, we're going to do a lot of the old stuff for the young audience, and hopefully some of the older ones like it too. But we're going to have a couple of new songs in there as well. But it's about the same with some changes.
Will you play Black Star?
Yeah, hopefully. I think so. Yeah.
Jonah, thank you very much for your time. Have safe travels. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to order my vinyl for the Castle project, since it's coming out in June.
Yeah. Don't miss it.
I will not. I promise that.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Yeah. You too, Dimitris. Nice talking to you. Bye.
Absolutely.